Greetings everyone, Joseph James here with your nightly newsletter brought to you by theschooloftrade.com. Today was June 3rd, 2009. That's a Wednesday morning. Had a very busy day here in our live trade room. Before we get into those trades we took this morning though, I want to remind you guys that we open up our trade room every morning at 7:30 a.m. It's available for trial members, so come out and join us for a free 3-week trial. We'll show you all of our rules, all of our setups, guys. We'll show you everything every step of the way. It's a great experience. And of course, you can always join as a lifetime member as well. No monthly fees, no hidden costs, no strings attached, guys. And our room opens at 7:30. Now, when we open up our room at 7:30, we have 3 very simple jobs to accomplish. Job number 1 is to first identify, and that is to identify the markets that we see. We also look to identify the news events that we have to worry about that morning. So we check our blog, we look for our news events, and we identify the market as being a trending or a sideways market. Now, once job number 1 is done, we then adjust accordingly. So job number 2 is to adjust to what we see. We adjust to the news events for the morning by setting our alarm clock and defining our windows of opportunity. We then adjust to the type of market that we see, whether or not it's a trending or a sideways market, by defining our trade zones, adjusting our trade management strategy ever so slightly for a sideways or a trending market. And of course, the last job, job number 3, if we do our first 2 jobs correctly, becomes very easy, and that is to execute. Now, if we've identified properly and we've adjusted accordingly, now we simply have to exercise patience and discipline to wait for price to come to us. We identify our trade zones, so we wait patiently for price to enter into our trade zones, and then we let our rules do the trading. It's called the James Wave method of trading. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Now let's take a look at some trades we took this morning in our live trade room. Now, the first one here on the Euro futures, symbol on this is 6E. And now, guys, if you're unfamiliar with currency futures, now's a good time to get to know them. Not to be confused with Forex pairs. Okay, these are currency futures, meaning they're on a regulated market. They have a bid and an ask, right? There's a time and sales window. We have volume. It's a futures contract. In this case, this is the Euro futures. It's off the CME exchange, so go to cmegroup.com for more information on that. Symbol is 6E on your NinjaTrader platform. And this morning, the Euro futures, which is one of our favorite markets, we saw price in the Euro here kind of drop below this level at 41.75, which was a predetermined trade zone. You can see that on our charts with these yellow boxes on your left side of your screen. All right, now this entry was at 8:55 this morning, 55 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock this morning. Our entry was at 1.4160, so 41.60, and this was a limit order entry long. Now this was announced, 2 or 3 minutes ahead of time here in the room this morning, so everyone had plenty of time to get involved with this order to the upside. We entered long and virtually caught everyone off guard. A total of 13 ticks of profit on this trade. A wonderful trade here to open up our morning just before the 9 o'clock open. All right, that was on the Euro futures. Now, of course, we can't forget about our darling, the S&P. Symbol is ES. This is the S&P E-mini futures. And of course, guys, as always, we're using a slower time frame on our left, a faster time frame on our right. And guys, come join us tomorrow morning in our live trade room, and I'll show you guys how we set all this stuff up. We'll go over all of our rules, all of our setups, so you guys can see exactly what we use to trade in real time for yourself. Now, the S&P futures also gave us some great trading opportunities today, as it too traded the downside. Right, nice, strong, downward trending day with spots of sideways price action along the way down. Now, at 49 minutes past the hour, 9:49 a.m. this morning, our entry was at 34, and this was for a long trade. We grabbed a very quick 2.25 points. It moved very quickly. And as you guys can see, both of these trades here were counter trend trades. In other words, they were taken against the downward trend of the market. This is what I mean when I say we caught everyone off guard. Now, what we saw was that it was a very choppy, slowly moving, chopping downward trend. So we didn't have a lot of forceful moves to the downside here in the S&P today. And without forceful moves, we're left usually taking marginal trades with the trend. Now, of course, we have a counter trend trade, and we call it the 2-step pattern. And that 2-step pattern is ultimately when we see failure of our wave indicator setup. So our 2-step pattern got us in twice here, once at 9:49 and then second here at 10:50, just before the end of the morning. At 9:49, we went long for 2.25 points, and then at 10:50, once again, counter trend, our entry was at 30.75, so 30 3/4. And we went for another winning trade on this at 1.5 points on the S&P. And remember, guys, this ticks in 0.25 or quarter point increments on the S&P. Symbol for the S&P futures is ES. And of course, guys, we always love trading the S&P, but we trade 6 different markets. The DAX, the Euro stocks, gold, corn, soybeans, the bonds, T-notes, the Russell, the NASDAQ, the mini Dow. Guys, it never ends. All right, we have an unlimited supply of markets that we can trade with our methodology. So come join us tomorrow morning and we'll show you guys how we do it. Let's do a quick recap. Our trade room opens up at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time every day. It's open to trial members for 3 weeks. Okay, absolutely free, no cost. Come in. We'll show you guys our rules. We'll show you guys our setups. You guys will see everything. Okay, you'll have plenty of time to make an educated decision on whether or not you want to join as a member. It also opens to lifetime members, so you can also join as a lifetime member where we have no monthly fees. The indicators you own, guys, no BS, no smoke and mirrors, right? We're not trying to pull the wool over anyone's eyes, guys, just good quality trades. We also trade 6 different markets. Okay, so if you're trading the S&P, that's great, or maybe the DAX or the bonds or crude oil or gold or the euro. It doesn't matter, guys. We can trade anything in this room as long as the market has liquidity and it's a moving market. Our methodology is universal because of the fundamentals behind our system. We're going to give you live trade calls with entries, targets, and stops. So you'll know exactly where I'm getting long, where my stop is placed, where my targets are, and what I'm looking at when I'm managing the trade. Guys, it's a phenomenal experience. You'll have plenty of opportunities for questions to be answered. You're going to see the market in a completely different way. And of course, come join us for a free 3 weeks. No credit card needed, guys. If at the end of 3 weeks, if you're not completely convinced that we know what we're doing and that you're not a better trader, I'll be very surprised. All right, we have a high quality trade room and a great free trial. Okay, so send us an email, sales@schooloftrade.com. Come join us tomorrow morning, 7:30. All right, guys, my name is Joseph James. I'm the developer of the James Wave method of trading. I want to thank you guys this evening. We'll see you next time. Hope the video helps.